and then somehow tries to play it off his wrist. Don't do that. No, go get something chrome, baby.
Hey, man, what does it say about a doggone chain wallet?
Hey, man, I'm a rock star, man.
Yeah, didn't you say you went to some movie event and you was like, man, I can't be, I got to step it up.
Yeah, well, anyhow, I play with rock stars, so I'm guilty by association.
Whatever, man.
All right.
Like I told you, you didn't tell us you were on that Dr. Phil episode.
All right, stick around next.
Suck.
We do have another segment coming up.
John's
so
rather...
You're not going to want to miss it.
John's rather excited to talk about this one. All right.
Can I say sexy bitches? Or
yeah,
bitches?
dude, say something
Okay.
like there's some sexy mother mofos or something.
Okay.
Let's stick with bitches.
What's up? This is Sergio Gutierrez from the Clay Colton Band, guitar player in San Diego. You know, when I get lonely and I need a little loving and I need some sweet, sweet talk, I tune in Skull and Bones Radio. Those guys rock. They're sexy bitches.
Welcome back to another round of the Skull and Bones Show.
Tastes so good, make you want to slap your mama. Matter of fact, come here, mama. Right here on Skull and Bones Radio.
Welcome back, everybody.
Woo, nice little dirty bed to start us off for this little segment.
Mm-hmm.
Skull and Bones Radio, skullandbonesradio.com. Check us out there. Find us on the social medias as well. You know, I was thinking about this, man. Now that Matt's playing this little dirty little bed. Sex in space.
Your mind's always in the gutter, John. I don't know what you're talking about.
Sex in space, Mick. What do you think about that whenever I say sex in space?
You know what, man? It's funny you mentioned that. I was just reading this thing about 9 reasons why sex in space would be gross.
Oh. Well, I guess there is actually an article talking about how there's money being raised to actually produce a porno film in space.
What? Who's doing that?
So this is actually something that might be in our future very, very soon.
Well, who's trying to do that, though?
Well, there's Pornhub.
Pornhub?
Yeah.
Ain't that like your number one?
Well,
that's how you know about
our
it.
number one. So I think Pornhub is actually trying to put together a little, what do they call it, funding.
Oh, yeah?
For some sex in space.
GoFundMe.
GoFundMe
They're
account.
putting
There it
a
is.
GoFundMe? Pornhub's doing that?
So, yeah, and it could be, I mean, I don't know what the, how far in the future it is, but, I mean, it could be very on the horizon.
Matt, man, did you donate to it already? I know you want to.
I will not confirm or deny the allegations that I had sex with that woman.
You know what, dude? All right, hold on a second.
So,
I just want to say, hey, anybody from Pornhub, if you're listening, like, can you make me the casting director? I know all about the casting couch.
Oh,
I know all about hiring the best talent and making sure you get the quality performances that you need. I know how to filter them out. Wink, wink.
All right, Matt, you got the details of this thing? Because apparently what? Pornhub wants to...
Well, yeah, I know that, you know, people have breached in fiction that, you know, it would be great to have sex in space. And there's even a fake report issued by a French astronomer claiming the American and Russian astronauts were for science, of course.
Yeah.
It's been debunked, but the question's always on our mind, you know, can we do it? You know, they say that there's a ton of psychological changes that happen during space flight.
Mm-hmm.
You know, got gravity, obviously, is the big one we deal with, fluids, radiation, vibration, noise, lack of privacy, which is always the case. That has nothing to do with space. And a disruption of cardiac rhythm. They also say that they're not even sure if you could really get a stiffy or a hard-on.
What?
Because of, you know, the blood in your body, and if there'd be enough blood that could come together that tightly to make your penis hard.
No way! So you can't even get a little chub
You know,
up there?
I feel like it's not hard to get on the good old, you know, space station radio and go, psh, Earth to John, go whack it, see if that thing gets hard, please. Psh,
Yeah.
over and out. But apparently they have to, who knows? You know how science is. You got to have all this funding and hypothesis. Does my thing work? Yes.
So wait, when you go up there, you can't get a hard-on, you can't have any kind of sex, no fluids.
Well, they're not sure. But then they also say, you know, there's no gravity. People don't realize. Like, I feel like for the woman, you'd have to get all 4 of her limbs in stirrups and probably her midsection some type of stabilization. And then you'd have to do the same for him, because what do you push off of when you do the deed? Now, gravity.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know.
You push off of gravity resistance. You're literally floating up there, and you literally have to use your muscles to... And Man, it's too much work. I can barely muster up enough energy to do it now.
Well, it sounds like all the work's going to be on the guys' end. You know why? Because think about this. First off, let's go all the way back down to ground zero on the ground on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So when the girl astronaut is getting ready to go for the ride, what does she see? She sees this big, giant, flying dildo with a rocket attached to it because it's the shape of a penis, right? So she's got to be like, wow, I'm about to take a wild ride on that thing, right? So she steps into this like big dome of a penis. It takes off and like, all right, so it's been proven that the number one car to turn girls on is a Maserati. You know why? Because that engine goes vroom, vroom, and it freaking vibrates them. That's why chicks be liking like to ride horses and stuff, man. Like apparently feels good. I'm not a chick.
Okay,
but
I feel like
hold on.
Okay, go.
So imagine what it's like on a rocket ship, bro. The whole time is vibrant. Dude, she probably has like 10 orgasms on the way to space.
Okay, first of all, you're hanging on for your freaking life. The last thing you're thinking about is sex. And we're talking about the possibility of physically being able to do the deed rather than does she think you're sexy enough? Like, oh.
Yeah, I think it's at this point, it's a big question mark as far as like, can you even do it?
Well, they already scoped out the 2 porn stars they want to be doing the deed up in space.
Mick Jammersfield and who?
Crickets.
Yeah, nothing.
Crickets. Eva Lovia and Johnny Sins are to make one small thrust for porn and a giant money shot for mankind.
So it looks like it says here that they've only reached 7% of their budget.
They're trying to get $3.4 million.
Wow.
Which includes what? Post-production. Oh, I guess the biggest part of it is the flight cost.
Well, of course.
Yeah, who would take them space?
Training, too. They got to train crew and the actors, actresses, everybody.
So who would they fly on? NASA?
I guess they would have to, right? NASA's the only airline that goes up there.
No, I think Virgin's flying now, but I don't know if they do that. That doesn't seem like a Virgin mobile thing.
Well, Virgin, they were able to take their plane, I don't know if it was into orbit or they got so you could be weightless. You know,
really?
There's a certain part into the atmosphere where you're not in space per se, but you're weightless. I don't know much about that science, but it's possible.
Okay.
Very interesting.
Well, all I know is, you know, I think it would be kind of dope. But getting back to my point earlier, I think that'd be. I can't see how that's not a turn on for a chick to ride on a penis shaped rocket ship, be vibrating the whole time. Some chicks like to be choked out during sex, bro. And you're talking about are they going to survive the trip? They probably think it's a thrill. I mean, some girls just have a couple like nuts and screws loose in their head. I think there's some girls that probably get really turned on by that.
Well, you know, if you're listening right now and you're saying, you know what, that sounds great, I want to make it help happen. They got different levels you could contribute to this and help porn out. You got the Neptune level.
What is that?
That's $25 donation. Get you an HD digital copy of the final film, along with everything listed above, and a Pornhub space program sticker. Because I want my mom to know, Mommy, this was all me.
Right?
Milky Way, you get that $50. You get the bump. What else you get? A score is a 1-week subscription to Johnny Sins exclusive website. You get a grab bag, swag, T-shirts. And if you have a little bit of money floating around, you want to spend $150,000 for Uranus. You get the top level 2 spacesuits worn by our sexual astronauts, complete with underwear. Man, this is a little much.
They're really
plus
trying
a
to get
swag bag, great for cosplay enthusiasts.
What?
Only $150,000, bro. No big deal. No big deal.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, they're really trying to get creative with that.
Well, I think for that Johnny Sims package, I think that sounds for like the fat moms at home that like don't get
for $150,000. You better be getting his package.
I know, right?
$150? Are you serious?
That's a lot of money, dude.
You probably produce your own little low budget film at that cost.
Yeah, that's nuts. You know what? You just sparked some. Hey, actually, what happens if they don't raise enough money to shoot the film? If you donated to it and they don't have enough money to shoot the film, like what happens to the money? They keep it?
That's a good question. I don't know if they.
No, I thought with GoFundMe that if they didn't reach their goal, it went back to you. That was part of the GoFundMe. There was a confidence in that they either get to their goal or that you get it back.
Or you get the refund.
That's crazy. Over $3 million.
Yeah, that is nuts, dude. I can't believe that. I don't know, man. I kind of want to go audition for this thing, to be the crew.
That seems like a lot to raise for a film. I mean, they're breaking boundaries.
That's true. I can see John over here getting all excited, though, man. He's like, in the back of his mind, he's just daydreaming about being up there with, what's her name again? Eva Longoria or who? Ava
Lovia?
Yeah, Lovia.
Ava Lovia?
Yeah.
I got to Google her real quick. How hot is she?
Hey, man, you got to be careful looking at the old porno on company Wi-Fi.
Oh, that's true. You know what? Maybe I won't look it up.
All right, so speaking of all this space talk, it reminds me of this this other term. It's kind of a space-like term. I'm going to ask Matt Man this time. So when I use the word stealthing, what do you think of when I say stealthing?
Navy SEALs.
I'm thinking of spying on an ex-girlfriend you're still in love with, and you're taking all her stuff. You don't want her to know. You're stealthing.
Okay,
that's a good one.
Mickey 3, what about you? What do you think of?
Oh man, what stealthing?
Stealthing, yeah. There's a term that's going around now. It's kind of made the headlines, and it's stealthing.
Okay, so outside of the Navy SEALs, what I would think of is when you bring a girl home and then you pass out and then she goes snooping through your wallet and then you're
you're close.
And then
close.
snooping through your wallet and then going through your dresser drawers trying to find whatever cash is just laying around.
Okay, I could see that. Okay, so
credit card numbers and whatnot.
So it's actually a little more serious than that. Apparently, there's been going. I'm sure we've all heard about this happening, but stealthing is defined as having sexual intercourse with your partner as a guy, and you secretly remove the contraceptive.
What does that mean?
You take off your condom mid-sex, or you sneak
without
it off.
them knowing.
Unconsensually, yeah. You unconsensually remove your protection.
Dang, isn't that kind of like a dog-eat-dog move, man? I mean, that's kind of like
that's a pretty
someone call it unethical.
Yeah, it's a
crappy
serious sexual assault.
So I mean, if you got like AIDS or herpes or the gonorrhea or whatever, I mean, you're like really
baby, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, she's more than likely going to want the baby though, because then she gets to use it against you and get child support and alimony and all that stuff.
I think because there's this Alexandra Brodsky is her name. She wrote an article on this. And she was talking about how a lot of the women that she talked to, because apparently this has been going on for a very long time, and it's just now, as of recently, kind of making the headlines. It's kind of bringing awareness to it. And a lot of the people that they talk to, once they found out that this is happening, they're worried about the STDs or whatever, and they're violated. They obviously you consent to sex. You don't consent to unprotected sex.
Sure.
And it's a violation, and nobody's really happy about it.
So at that point, would this kind of be considered rape at that point?
I think so. I know in Swiss, there was a case that a guy got caught doing that. He took out the condom, and he's in court right now. He's getting tried for like some sort of rape, sexual charge.
Oh, really?
Offense.
This is Sweden he did that?
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know why you would do that.
Well, I know why,
how.
because it feels better without the condom, but even still, I mean, like, on the girl's end, you definitely don't want to catch an STD from the guy, or either way, I mean, she could have an STD too, but I don't know, man.
Apparently, there's like this whole Reddit forum, this whole place that you can go to where you can get guys are encouraging other guys to do it because they feel like it's their right, yeah.
But it's their right?
It's their right.
It's their right to have unprotected sex? Mm-hmm. That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
And they're coaching each other as to how to secretly, successfully do it as well.
No. These guys are idiots, man.
That's bad as the Swaparoo. I forget what the term for it was, but you turn the lights off. What is it? I think you tell her you have to go to the bathroom and all the lights are off. Then you switch with your buddy. You go outside in the window and you wave.
Oh, really?
Dude, they used to do that in the barracks all the time, man. In the Marine Corps barracks, they'd pull that move on the chicks in there.
And this is obviously a pretty
terrible, bro.
Yeah, this is a pretty serious thing. But in this article, it writes that one guy posted a way that you could kind of play this off if she found out was to pretty much tell her this, like, what's wrong? I thought that you knew it was off. You mean you didn't know? I thought you knew. And the guy goes on to say, this approach he's had surprisingly high success with that kind of spin.
What?
On that, yeah. Kind of making the girl seem like
she should have known kind of thing?
Like, what, you didn't feel it?
Well, dude, you know what? I got to be honest with you, man. Like, these guys, these idiots, they deserve to pay child support and alimony if they're going to pull that crap, dude. That's so stupid. I can't believe they're encouraging each other. That's retarded. Matt, man, are you part of that forum?
Hey, man, that's not anything to joke around.
I cannot confirm or deny.
Oh, man.
Nah, that's pretty bad, man. You know what? Sounds stupid, but is really true is that the more you tell the truth, seriously, the better things go for you, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm old school, but seriously, the more you tell the truth, the more... That's just so sketchy.
I think it's a big betrayal of trust.
Of course.
And... I mean, hopefully, the guy doesn't have any kind of STD, and it's guys on guys doing it as well, so it's not just
guys on like gay sex?
Gay sex, yeah.
See, we're clean-cut people here in, San Diego, at least us friends, but, it's a big deal. If you're in other places, people aren't as clean or take care of themselves, this isn't just about, oops, we may have a baby. you could die.
Exactly.
And that's the big problem here is you could get a serious STD and lead to death. So
That reminds me of a buddy of mine, dude, that like he had I didn't